Welcome to WagerTalk Today, the gold standard of sports betting shows where we talk the talk and walk the walk. It's $5 Tuesday, and it's Dinger Tuesday. Massive show, Dan.
Yeah, Tuesday is the best Tuesday of the week, as our friend Steve Merrill likes to say. We got $5 Tuesday coming your way. How can you save money on some winning picks? We got you here. We got two great guests coming on the show. We got news and notes breaking down in case you're not chronically online like Andy and I. Don't worry. We'll be your one-stop shop for all things sports betting. And Andy, let's start it off how we always do. 30 seconds into the show. If you never joined us before, hit that like button, hit subscribe. And here comes the WagerTalk Today play of the day. No sweat yesterday. We cashed in the association of the women's variety. We laid it with the Valkyries. Today, we're going to the Diamond. We are 49 and 37 on these plays, folks. Free for you. What do we got today, Andy?
Yeah, good play yesterday on the Valkyries. They got down early, and then they just had a monster second quarter, never looked back. I think this Royals team may get out to a lead and never look back. They get a beautiful pitching matchup here. So we're going to take the Royals on the run line in the first 5 innings. Fair price at -110 for sure. They get to face Perkins from the Athletics, who has been just downright awful. Last 30.2 innings, he's given up 32 earned runs. The last 3 games that he has pitched, Dan, they have lost the first 5 innings by a combined score of 20-5. Ooh. So you get this combination of absolutely no run support, added that the pitcher's just going out there and getting absolutely bombed. It is a bullpen game for the Royals. They do not have a great bullpen. Lynch is starting. He has not been great his last 2 appearances, but he does have a 2.88 ERA on the season, only a 1.02 whip. So season long, I'm hoping that comes through today against an Athletics team that is just in. Yeah, they're not good. Couple of other stats. Athletics are 1-4 on the road, the last 5 run lines in the first 5 innings, and Royals 6-4 the last 10 home games run line first 5 innings. So I just think this price is really, really good. I wanted to see if I could take the team total, but instead I think the price is going to push me towards the run line for the Royals. Only need to win by 1 in the first 5.
Yeah, and Andy, for what it's worth, you see Kansas City with the big win yesterday. This is what the Royals have been primed to do, is potentially, now that they're finally looking a little bit more healthy, they want to start stacking up some wins here towards the back end. And it all starts, I think actually, Andy, we're getting a better price because of the point you make about it being a bullpen game. If this was anybody but the A's, that would maybe concern me in the first 5. Let's lay it. Kansas City. Half on the run line. That's what we're doing for the WagerTalk Today play of the day. Comment below and let us know your play of the day.
Little quick hitting news and notes. Live Golf, I think the rumors are true. They might be done. They canceled their season championship in Michigan. I didn't even know it, Dan. They are playing in my backyard this weekend. I had no idea. They're literally playing here in Indianapolis.
Great advertising.
And they just canceled their concert series for it. John Rahm is going to have to go to the DP World Tour, the European Tour, because they just dropped the hammer on Live and basically said, you play on Live, you're not playing at any of our events. So I think Live, the end may be near for them. Man, what a bummer. Fantasy football and prop news. Jordan Tyson could miss up to 2 months. Oh, that sucks, man. Rookie wide receiver for the Saints. He was looking good. So, yeah, take that for what it's worth. Breece Hall looks like he's only going to be out 2 to 3 weeks. So we we dodged a bullet with that one. The Colts signed Keenan Allen.
Yeah, big signing, baby. Keenan Allen.
That means Alec Pierce is not healthy. It's what that means. That's the only thing that means. It means Alec Pierce is not healthy. So NBA says they can't find any evidence of Ballmer illegal paying Kawhi Leonard. So the NBA couldn't find it, and yet an independent reporter could find all the evidence. What do they think they made this story up just out of thin air? Like, this is the most outlandish story. How
it tells me that they were just like, let's just sweep this thing under the rug. Let's just move on past it. Let's not have any formal investigations. I was surprised by that as well, Andy. But yeah,
nothing.
No wrongdoing. No wrongdoing.
We'll never forget the NCAA couldn't figure out if Miami was involved in anything shady, and ESPN made not one but two full-length documentaries about it. We're gonna get to
and
some
nothing
baseball.
was happening at Florida when Tim Tebow was leading the locker room with Hernandez and all. Yeah, nothing was happening. You know,
North Carolina made up
old
degrees. Remember, North Carolina just made up classes and degrees, just complete fiction.
Coloring degrees.
Yeah. All right, we move to baseball. Carlos Rodon returns for the Yankees. I looked this up. He's going to expect to get 65 to 70 pitches. If you're a prop better like myself, be careful because his outs and strikeout numbers is pretty low, but he's going to be on a limited pitch count. He did have some pretty good starts on the minors, but look for him to not get like a full workload, maybe 3 or 4 innings in the start. So, all right, let's pull up EV Analytics. We're going to go over some stats, hopefully help you guys out with some betting. The guys at Total Bases had a good show. It was Adam, and shout out to Tokyo Brandon, who was Tokyo Brandon was sick at the beginning of the show, and by the end of the show, that man was dying. He
doesn't stop.
He muscled through it. It was
because so they had that 3-man weave. And if you love baseball picks, folks, I mean, that's wall-to-wall stuff. It's every morning, 9 a.m. They do a 10 a.m. edition on Saturday, and we'll get you baseball games. Don't worry. Ross the Boss is coming on. He's got 2 baseball free plays. Jesse's got 2 free plays coming your way. But if you want true almost every game on the board, you can ask questions, Total Bases. But yeah, Brian Leonard wasn't going to make it because Ralph Michaels has him just slugging Miller Lights down in Florida. So then Tokyo Brandon was like, I have to put the team on my back, and genuinely almost died live on air just for you guys. I mean, if that's not
pretty wild,
subscribe, I don't know what is.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. So, all right, let's go through some teams that are hot and cold. We'll take a look at run line. I like to look at kind of the smaller sample sizes. So we'll look at who's good on the run line. No surprise here. Toronto Blue Jays have been good. Orioles, Miami Marlins, I would not have expected. And the Padres at 7-3. We'll look at who's been bad. Red Sox, Guardians, Dodgers, Brewers, Phillies, and Rangers are all 3-7. And then we can look at totals, who's been scoring some runs and who hasn't. I feel like a lot of these teams have been popping up this year. So Athletics 7-3 to the overs. Cubs 7-2, and the White Sox, though we got some bad weather in that game, so be careful before you bet that game. Unders, Angels, Rangers, and the Yankees bats still struggling a little bit. So those are some of your stats. We can look at run lines. Actually, let's do first 5. Let's do first 5 totals, and then we'll bring in Jesse.
Cool.
All right. Game totals for the full game, who's been hot and who's been cold. And last 10 games, 9-1, your Cubbies, and the White Sox 8-2. So boy, does that set a trend for if they play.
Wait, today. Also, Andy, this is our first 5, right?
No, this is full 5. This is full game. This is first 5. No, this is
because I was going to say, look, we got our Royals right there, 7-3, and we're on the Royals today with our half run. And I bet you if you scroll down, you'll see the Athletics way down that list. So I like this.
4 and 5.
Like this first 5. Yeah, there we go.
You're right. So unders, Yankees, Rangers, Reds, Mariners, and Blue Jays. So those are some trends if you believe in if the trend is your friend. So all right. Let's bring in Jesse, the fade god. We're gonna fade a couple of MLB teams. And we've got to start talking. It's like basically fade college football on Tuesdays for the rest of the year. I feel like pretty much. So, Jesse, how are you?
I am feeling spectacular, Andy. Yeah, I can't wait to start fading college football. You guys remember last season in the middle of the year, fading college football? I believe we won 18 in a row fading on this show at a certain point.
It was crazy.
Then you guys put together some spectacular graphic, and I think it
was here. I'll jinx you with it.
No.
So I have to at least run. This isn't on you, Jesse. This isn't on you. But Jesse was red hot, and then Andy was like, "Dude, we should start doing this thing, the absolute wagon." So we came up with this. And then Jesse was like, "I'm never coming on your show again."
And then we jinxed it.
No, that thing's a curse. That thing is a curse.
Well, let's try. By the way, while I still have you on here, Dan, My Ohio State friend, my next door neighbor, one of my best friends, he agreed with me that IU should be number one. He's like, I'm on board with this take. Like, and now part of it was he's like, being the number one preseason is like a curse. I guess 8 out of the last 9 preseason number ones that don't do well, there's a target. But he was like, no, the champ should be number one to at least start the season. You want to change it after week 1, fine, but give the champ the respect. So I'm not completely wrong in that. But we got a couple teams here in Major League Baseball that we got to fade here. So Jesse, pick one team. Tell us who we're going to fade and why.
Well, since it's getting close to football season, I want to start sucking up to the brass in the office. So we're going to look to fade the Pittsburgh Pirates and take the Detroit Tigers today. Detroit won game 1 by a score of 8-5. And the Tigers are actually having a strong second half to the season. They're only 4.5 games out of first place behind the White Sox. And they're actually currently sitting in a wild card spot. So we could see playoff baseball in Detroit this season. Their starter today, Kiter Montero, 9-7 with a 3.22 ERA and a 0.99 whip. That's top 10 in whip and top 15 in ERA in Major League Baseball. The Tigers are 9-2 in his last 11 starts. And when this game gets to the bullpens, the Tigers have a top 10 bullpen. They rank 7th with an ERA of 3.75 among the relief pitchers. The Pirates, not a playoff team. They got to be ready to start mailing it in. You saw Paul Skeens had his last start skipped, and he can't win a game to save his life. Today's starter, Braxton Ashcraft, nice numbers on the season, 12-5 with a 3.82 ERA and a 1.10 whip. But if you look at his last 5 starts, he's sporting an ERA over 5. Pirates bullpen ranks near the bottom. They rank 20th with a 4.26 ERA among relievers. Pirates are a big favorite in this one, -140. Some books have it a little bit higher. I like Detroit on the run line as a run line dog, +1.5, -165. Some of you guys will not like the juice, but I think it's a high percentage play. Give me the Tigers on the run line.
I like how you say you want to suck up to the home office, and then you promptly fade Marco's hometown team. So well done, Jesse. Well done. Look, I don't think you're going to get a lot of pushback from fading this team. I don't want to say it's panic time, but I don't know. You talk about it. I guess I thought the narrative when we came out of the All-Star break was, well, the Dodgers are going to take their foot off the gas and they're just going to cruise into and that's what they've been doing. So I'm wondering, hey, is there real panic on this team, or is this just what we all thought was going to happen?
Yeah, I hate to disappoint you, but I got a bit of a sneaky trick here. The fade of the Dodgers, we're actually not betting on the Dodgers to lose this game. I'm looking at the team total for Colorado because Eric Lauer is the starter today, 7-6, 4.67 ERA, 1.24 whip, ERA over 5 in 8 road starts. And the Rockies lineup is batting .300 combined, over 50 at-bats against him. He's faced Colorado twice this season. Both of those were home starts, and Colorado scored a combined 13 runs in those 2 games. Because Colorado is such a big dog here at home, their team total only sits at 4.5, and this is a game with a total of 11.5. Colorado can hit. I mean, they don't win many games, but they can hit. They rank 6th in the majors in runs scored. They rank 4th in team batting average, batting .254 on the season. They scored 5 runs last night in a loss in game 1. They've scored 5+ runs in 5 of their last 6 home games. And yeah, team total 4.5. It's a little low for me. I'll take Colorado team total over. That's how I'm fading the Dodgers tonight.
Well, as long as they just keep hitting some pop flies out to Tucker, you got a pretty good shot of it's like 50-50 whether or not you might be safe. So, all right. So, Jesse, it's $5 Tuesday. Tell everyone what you have up for $5 Tuesday, and then we got to talk a little Notre Dame and Wisconsin.
Well, unfortunately, football season is right around the corner. It's not quite football season yet, so my $5 Tuesday play will be in the major leagues. We're doing not bad with baseball. Certainly the last 2 seasons, we rank top 3 at WagerTalk and total profit the last 2 seasons combined. Been a solid season. Hasn't been outstanding. It's been solid. But what I want to promote here today, though, is I'm going to be doing a new show weekly with Carmine Bianco this football season. And that dude has some big brass balls. He wants to go head to head with the Fade God, 3 games a week in the NFL, myself and Carmine. He's going to state his case. I'm going to state mine. We'll see who comes out on top. But for this NFL season, you can get the entire season, 2-for-1 special, myself and Carmine. Both of us had fantastic NFL seasons last year. I was particularly strong in the playoffs. You can get us both for $899 right now.
All right, Carmine and Jesse going head to head. Awesome. Glad you got a weekly fade partner outside of this show there, Jesse. Let's talk it out. Notre Dame and Wisconsin. We're going to fade one of these teams. Which one?
So Notre Dame comes into the season ranked number 4 in the AP poll, and they rank 1st in the country in returning production. And when I saw that, it kind of rings a bell. I'm thinking of another team that ranked 4th in the AP poll and 1st in returning production, because last year that team was Clemson. And in week 1, they lost to LSU, and they went on to have a real stinker of a season despite such high expectations. Phil Steele actually says Notre Dame is his top-ranked team this season. He's backing them to win the national championship. And who am I to argue with Phil Steele? Notre Dame's got it all. They've got the quarterback. They've got the head coach. They're absolutely loaded. They did lose a couple of running backs to the NFL, but they're very deep at wide receiver. They've got a great defense. They're dominant on both lines of scrimmage. But there's one thing that I think of that I think Marcus Freeman gets a bit of a pass for. I think Marcus Freeman's a pretty good coach, but when you lose games that you're not supposed to lose, you look at like Mario Cristobal, for example. Last year, he lost to Louisville. I was all over that, by the way. I gave out Louisville to win outright in that game. He went on to go to the national championship game, so the season was not lost. But I think I'm putting Notre Dame on upset alert in week 1. Luke Fickell's on the hot seat. He has struggled during his tenure at Wisconsin. But you got to remember, when they hired Luke Fickell, they expected to be in the position that Notre Dame is in right now. And one of the reasons they are not is because in the 38 games that Luke Fickell has been the head coach, they only had their quarterback in 12 of those games. Their first choice at quarterback only played 12 of those games. I like the quarterback they're bringing in this season, Colton Joseph from Old Dominion. The guy threw for over 2,500 yards and 20 touchdowns and ran for over 1,000 yards and 13 more touchdowns. If he can stay healthy, I wouldn't be surprised if Wisconsin is a sleeper team this year. And I've got another shocking stat for you. Did you know that in the Marcus Freeman era, Notre Dame has lost their home opener in 3 of 4 seasons? Now, we can't blame them for losing to Texas A&M last year because that was a wild and crazy game and it was against another playoff team. But the previous 2 home openers were losses, or 2 of the 3 previous home openers were losses to Northern Illinois and Marshall. So just keep that in your back pocket. Notre Dame's a 20.5-point favorite in week 1. Take the points, but you might not need them, and make sure you sprinkle a little bit on the money line.
I have a feeling a lot of people remember the Northern Illinois loss. I think that was one of those nuclear bankroll busters for a lot of people.
I'm not saying they don't remember it, but I don't think anybody holds it against him, is what I'm saying. And I think part of that is because people like Marcus Freeman. He's a lot more likable than, say, Mario Cristobal.
You love throwing shots at Mario Cristobal.
Everyone does. Everyone does.
I love it.
Well, no, when you pick Louisville to win outright as a 17-point dog or whatever they were, you want to point to that game as often as you can, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like Freeman is one of those guys that he just has to be in person like the most charismatic guy ever. He's who was the who was the old the Cowboys coach? Jason
Jimmy Johnson.
No, was it? He wasn't
Jason
that good.
Garrett, the clapper.
The clapper. Like how does he keep getting these high profile? He just must like be the most charismatic guy in person. That's right. I forgot they nicknamed him the clapper.
Sean Higgs and I have a running joke since Jason Garrett got fired that every head coach since Jason Garrett, if you pull off the Scooby-Doo mask, it's just Jason Garrett under there.
Bodysuit.
Very fair.
Like,
800 or 500. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. All right, Jesse. $5 Tuesday is locked and loaded. You're fading the Pirates. You're fading the Dodgers. We're fading Notre Dame. So good luck to you, man. And excited to see that show with you and Carm. That's a great idea.
Looking forward to it. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you, Jesse. Jesse Schule, fade God. You know, after yesterday and talking to my buddy last night, I'm going to reach out to Chris Allen and I'm going to say, I would like to do single game video on every IU game every week. Why not?
1,000%. Why not?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. That's gonna be my breakdown. We do team totals mostly in college football, but we found a really good spot towards the end of the season in some player props, especially in bowl season.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm gonna do IU breakdown. And listen, IU starts off the season with a couple of doozies that you're not gonna want to miss. IU at home versus North Texas. IU at home versus Howard. That's the team, not the guy. And IU at home versus Western Kentucky.
Oh, Hilltoppers.
We're saving some of our tough games towards the end. So we do play Ohio State, where we got Michigan, we got USC, we got Washington. So it gets a little tougher. And I'm pretty sure these schedules are made like years ago. Is that right? Because I feel like you get knocked. We'll ask Ross. Ross probably knows this, but I feel like they're like, well, you're not playing anybody. I was like, well, they made this schedule like a couple years ago. We didn't know. Yeah. We didn't know we were going to be defending national champs playing Howard University. No, we really didn't. We really didn't. So, all right. Well, it's $5 Tuesday. We got to hit the drop. I feel like we do better every time we play the drop.
You want it, Andy? You got it.
Are you not entertained?
They love it when I turn up the bass.
Are you not entertained?
Let's just say I might be leaning towards IU money line in the Howard game. That may be that may be the breakdown.
That's the Thursday hammer. The early look ahead Thursday hammer is IU money line against Howard.
Listen, I bet I can find somebody on social media that puts that in a parlay. Just give me some time to hunt it down. I'll find it.
You mean in everyone's parlay? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, $5 Tuesday. We got 3 of them up. We have Contender Series, $5 play that's up. We have a 4% MLB prop that is up. We got a cricket play that is up. Those all go off tonight. So any of the 4 sites, you can find your favorite handicapper for a $5 Tuesday play. Everything's $5 except 5% plays. MLB, I have not had a play in a few days. Really didn't like the odds. I talked to Yanni about it, but there's a doozy on the card today. So that's $5. Cricket, Jan is on fire, 8-1 in cricket plays, and he swept the board in the first few games of CPL. So that's exciting. And then Contender Series. We lost our Contender Series play last week. But we got a play that's up, and I just released the Contender Series video that's on the WagerTalk channel. I'm going to wait till Tuesday morning when all the props and the rounds and everything come out. So Tuesday morning, that is out now. I didn't like a lot of the props, but there's some pretty good information and breakdowns there. So, all right, couple questions from the chat. Young versus Matthew Fitzpatrick, head-to-head. Who you got? Tough one. I have not liked the form that Cameron Young is in right now. But Matthew Fitzpatrick always seemed to disappoint. I will slightly lean to Matthew Fitzpatrick, but will not be playing that one with my own money. So Jan and I are going to record with Dan here after the show. We'll break down the tournament this week. So this is not a bad suggestion. Dan, should I go to the live tournament and get some collectibles? Are these things going to be just like collector's items? Like, are these things just going to be dinosaurs?
that nobody wants. I mean, maybe
that nobody wants.
exactly.
Yeah, maybe it is.
They're
Maybe it
relics.
is. Yes. So, Jason, we record golf after the show, but after Ross, I'll talk a little golf. I'll talk a little golf. So, and Blocked every week always asks, why a Spartan guy in the $5 Tuesday play? Well, it's very simple. I was watching Gladiator, and that scene came up where he said, "Are you not entertained?" And I was like, that's a pretty good theme for a video, and we didn't have a video for $5 Tuesday, so I just made it. Literally, the reason is because I happened to be watching Gladiator. So, all right.
My answer, Andy, was why not?
Give me another theme. I'll make a drop on it.
Yeah, we'll make another one. What do you think it should be? Bly, should it just be Yanni, like breaking it down? I mean, we could do that. That could happen.
Well, you know who we could ask to make a video for us? Ross the
AI
Boss Benjamin.
King. Robo Ross. Let's go, Ross. How we doing,
Hey,
brother?
The real Ross Benjamin is here right now.
Yes.
How you guys doing?
Real quick before we get into the games here, Ross, we got some MLB games. Andy and I were kicking it around. Do you know when college football schedules are set? Is it a couple of years in advance? Is it yearly? Do you know that information, Ross?
Yeah,
I know you're dialed on college.
sometimes they're 3-4 years in advance.
Yeah, I thought so.
But when they go 3-4 years in advance, they pretty much fill out like 5 or 6 games in that
Gotcha.
3 years ahead, and then they fill them in as they go along. Obviously, conference opponents are gonna, when you get into conference opponents that are playing 9 conference games, it's just a matter of filling your 3 non-conference games. So pretty much, 3 years ahead. And why do you ask?
So Andy and I were joking about how you look at Indiana's start to their schedule and the teams that they're facing, Ross. It's like this had to be set a couple of years ago. When you have Howard in your opening 3, it feels like probably the defending champ didn't call up Howard and say, "Hey, you want a little exposure?" But maybe they did. Who knows?
Let me ask you
lower
a question.
Schools get money when they play those kind of games.
Let me ask you a question, Andy. If I would have asked you at the end, probably in November of last year, what do you think about playing North Texas in your, second game of the year?
First.
You wouldn't have been as confident. I mean, of course, they would have been favored, but, you lost. North Texas loses their head coach. A lot of players transferred. They were coming off a great year last year where they just are very explosive offensively. So, and don't forget, guys, and I don't mean to rain on Andy's parade. I'm all for sticking with your alma mater, but it's very difficult to repeat as a champion in college football and even in the NFL. So, I get what you're saying, Andy, because you're going into a season and you look at Indiana's roster and it's not like it's a bad roster. They replaced the quarterback and they're coming off an undefeated season, first team to ever go 15-0. You would think they get a little more respect. I get that. But again, there's the blue bloods of college football that are always going to get a little more respect than the teams like Indiana or the programs like Indiana.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. It would just be cool if they just said, "Hey, every year the champ is going to be number 1." And then after
again,
the first
Andy,
week,
you can make the champ number 1 every year. And I can make the argument to say that's a joke because how many teams have repeated over the last 30 years?
It's true. It's hard to do.
I get what you're saying. I and I don't disagree, but that would be the counterpoint to that for me.
Yeah, and I'm 100% biased. For the first time in my life, I get to be.
But
proud
it's
of
okay.
my
I'm the
football
same
team,
way with the Buffalo Bills, and that's why I don't use any of your games. I want to make sure my heart's not getting in the way. So yeah, if you're going to do a video on every Indiana game this year, are you willing to fade them? Is the question I ask you.
You'll have to stay tuned.
Otherwise, it's why tune in. You're going to take Indiana every time,
No, we got Ohio State, we got Michigan, and we'll learn a lot about our new quarterback. It will take them it'll take them a little bit of the season to get the quarterback and the coach, kind of on the same page. So, but that's why you have those 3 cupcake games. to start. So, all right, Dan, Ross, you guys get to talk some MLB. Have fun, boys.
Heck yeah, Ross. You know, IU might not be getting the respect they deserve, Ross, but Ross the Boss Benjamin is always getting the respect, or he should be, that he deserves.
Yeah.
Check him out here on the channel, WT.buzz/RB. But you were ready to go. We were going to talk the Battle of Chicago, but looks like some weather might be an issue in that game. So we pivoted. We got Arizona Diamondbacks and the Red Sox. And well, for the D-backs, it can't go much worse than it did last night. I guess if you're looking for a way to back the dog here, Boston gets that 11-1 win. They got Ranger Suarez on the bump, so north of 160 favorites here again, Ross. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, or are the Diamondbacks finally going to punch back a little bit? How are you breaking this one?
Yeah, I'm going to look at the total here, Dan. The total is 8 right now, and I'm going to make this real simple because sometimes we're guilty of overthinking our handicapping process. And you could talk yourself out of things, or you could just get thoroughly confused when you dig too deep. And this one, to me, is clear cut. I mean, I look at a lot of the starting pitch. I look at starting pitchers and how they do against the opposing current active roster. And that's one of my things I look at with starting pitching. And Merrill Kelly has not fared well against this current Boston roster. Not a huge sample size, but the Red Sox current active roster, 13 for 34, 382 batting average, 447 whip lifetime against Merrill Kelly. Now, Merrill Kelly, over his last 3 starts, isn't in good form either. At 6.89 ERA, a 172 whip, averaging just above 5 innings pitched per start. And this has been a problem for Kelly throughout his career. It's given up the long ball, and it's no different this year. He's given up 25 home runs in 125 innings pitched. That's 1 per 5 innings pitched. That's a terrible ratio of home runs per innings pitched when it comes to starting pitching. Ranger Suarez, the lefty, is having not a great year. He's been solid for the Red Sox. But here's again, you look at the active current roster of the Arizona Diamondbacks. How about this, guys? 42 for 104 lifetime against Ranger Suarez. That's a team batting average of 404 and on base percentage of 436. This number is 8, and it's a reasonable number. You could look at a lot of things to make a case for the under, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to confuse the hell out of things. I'm just going to base my pick here on Kelly's current form, which is not good, and also his vulnerability to giving up the long ball. And Ranger Suarez has been terrible in his career against his current Arizona active roster. Arizona, Boston, over 8, Dan.
Yeah, especially when Boston's coming off of a game that they cashed in this total by themselves, Ross. I like it. Keep it simple is the handicap for Ross there on the Red Sox match up there. All right, Ross, let's talk this other game that we have for you, and then we'll talk about what's over at your page, WT.buzz/RB. It is $5 Tuesday. You can grab anybody's play at all 4 of our sites, just $5. But Ross, let's take a look. Nats and Rangers. Man, we talked about pitchers in bad form. Well, pitchers in question mark form. You got Kent here, but we haven't seen much action of. And then you have Contrell, who really hasn't been all that great against Washington's career. It's not like these teams play all the time. This is their first meeting in 2026. How are you looking to break this one down, Ross?
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned Jackson Kent. He's made 20 starts in minor league ball this year, 7 at AA Harrisburg and 13 at AAA Rochester, which, by the way, is my hometown. But he's made only 1 start in his Major League Baseball career. That came last week against the Cubs, and he was shaky. I mean, in 4 innings pitched, he allowed 3 earned runs and walked 5. So nerves got the best of him in that start against the Cubs. Even in AAA, in AA, combined 20 starts, a 4.10 ERA, which is pretty uninspiring. It's not terrible. And he only averaged 4.7 innings pitched per start in 20 outings in AA and AAA combined. Why do I mention that? Because the bullpen of Washington has been less than less than impressive this year. A 5.70 ERA and a 161 WHIP over their last 6 games, meaning the Washington bullpen. And more concerning is the Washington bullpen's given up 8 home runs in 23 and 2/3 innings pitched over those last 6 games. The Nationals had yesterday off, and that's significant when you look at in-season team trends this late in the year, because the Nationals have gone 11-3-1 to the over immediately after a day off, and that includes 5-1-1 on the road. The Texas Rangers, when you look at the raw numbers here, they're not hitting. They've gone 8-2-1 under in their last 11, but 8 of those games have come on the road. 8 of those 11 games were on the road, I should say. At home, they've gone 15-5 to the over in their last 20 at home. You mentioned Cal Quantrill, Dan, and he's only made 8 starts this year, and he only averaged 4.9 innings pitched per start. He's also appeared in relief on numerous occasions. But he's not going to give you a lot of innings. And his current Washington Nationals active roster is 8 for 26. Small sample size, but still a 308 batting average, 359 OBP. And the Texas bullpen over their last 6 games, really important because, again, I mentioned Quantrill doesn't go deep into games when he does start. And the Texas bullpen, 7.08 ERA and 157 WHIP over their last 6 games. We are going to go, again, Washington, Texas, over the total of 8. Man, I hate betting overs, but, if they make sense, you got to take them.
Ross, the boss, is all overed up here today. 2 overs for you in action, according to the free picks of Ross Benjamin. WT.buzz/RB is where they can find the client plays. Tell them a little bit about what you got over there. $5 Tuesday and any special deals that you got, Ross, because you got CFB James, who's on standby waiting for you every single Tuesday for your $5 play. Appreciate you, CFB James. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, thank you. $5 Tuesday today. Right now, what I have up for sale is a week 0 college football point spread winner in the game between North Carolina State and Virginia. So that's goes on Saturday, the 29th of August. I'm very confident that we got a good number right now in this game. And I'm giving you an opportunity to get down early because as of midnight tonight, that goes up to $25 for the purchase. So you can get it right now for $5. Folks, why should you consider buying any college football from me? Real easy. 182 and 120, 60.4% over the last 3 seasons, plus 155 units of net profit. That ranks number 1 at WagerTalk the last 3 college football seasons. Coming off a great year last year as well in college football, 53 and 31, 63.1%. Plus 75.99 units in net profit. My 5% best bets in college football last year. How about 13 and 3, 81%? College football, NFL combined last year finished number 2 in units earned. And boy, I've been on a roll for quite some time now. Since May 13th of 2025, my premium picks in all sports, Dan, are up over 189 units in net profit. That's also number 1 over that course of time. And somehow that gets lost in the shuffle with all these promos, But in any event, you can get my college football annual package right now for $5.99. It'll take you right through the national championship game. We also have a great special going on with myself and Ben Burns. And if you look at the last 3 years in college football for myself, in the last 3 years in NFL for Ben, we have made a combined 300.83 units in net profit. Folks, if you're betting $100 a unit, you would have made a net profit with us over the last 3 NFL and college football seasons of over $30,000. If you're a nickel per unit player, you would have made upwards of $152,000 over the last 3 seasons. So you can get my college football and Ben's NFL right now throughout the entirety of both seasons through the national championship game and the Super Bowl. Includes all 5% best bets for $8.99. So take advantage of that, folks. It's the best bang for your buck. Also, tune in as I released a college football free pick for week 0 in the Hawaii and Stanford game on WagerTalk TV. And you can get all my videos on my channel, my personal link at WagerTalk TV at wt.buzz/Ross TV. Thank you, guys.
And also, you love the breakdowns from Ross the Boss Benjamin and those solo gamers, folks. A little tease for you. You might want to stay tuned on the weekends, as you might be getting some late breaking action from our man Ross the Boss alongside 2 other great college football handicappers. So, Ross, I'll leave that one out there as a tease. Good reason for people to subscribe, man.
And also going to have a NFL and college football show called The Winner's Circle. It airs every Wednesday and Thursday during football season, starting with next Wednesday, with myself, Jesse Schule, and Sean Higgs of Picks and Parlays. So those of you out there who are familiar with the Winner's Circle, you know that we were on another network a couple of years ago. The show was popular there. I would be disappointed if it's not even more popular here at WagerTalk TV.
I love it, man. WT.buzz/RB is where you can get the best bets. And yeah, plenty of Ross. If you like the free plays, folks, you like the videos, hit that subscribe button. You'll never miss when Ross gets posted right here to the channel. So always appreciate talking with Ross the Boss. Overs. Not typically what we hear from our man Ross, but overs, the flavor of the day.
Let's see. So Contender series. We had to ask about Contender series. Full breakdown videos on the channel. First thought I have is be careful about there's literally a fighter on the card whose name is Muhammad Ali.
Oh, yikes.
And what's funny is he's a wrestler. He's a grappler. So he's a monster. He doesn't have very much experience in MMA. He's massive. If he hits you once, you're going to sleep. The problem is he fought a guy with a pulse one time and the guy knocked him out in one punch. I have questions. I'm not laying -310 on Muhammad Ali. No chance. I do like the over in the Perez Paxton, but it was a -145 earlier. It's -166 over 1.5. Actually, all these overs are getting juiced up. So I think that might be the way to go. But I think that that Perez Paxton could go the distance. That would be a pretty good plus money play. I think Rodriguez knocks out Trent Miller. You might be able to get a Rodriguez knockout in rounds 1 or 2 on that one. And I like Fazil in the main event. But again, money's coming in on him over Kike Brito. I'm not a Kike Brito. Maybe Fazil by decision. So a couple thoughts, but the breakdown video is a little bit more, little bit more in depth. As far as golf, we're at a course they haven't played at since 2018, I believe. So you can't look at course history. You basically just have to look at who's playing red hot right now. I got to tell you, it may be just a little bit juiced here, but I don't. Scotty Scheffler, just to finish in the top 5 at -136, might sound like a ridiculous number, but I don't think it is. Who's playing better than him? He's finished 1st, 2nd, and 4th in his last 3 tournaments. His next rival, Rory McIlroy, is a complete and utter mess. I like Sam Burns. He's playing pretty good. And Hideki Matsuyama might be playing the best golf of anybody. He's got 4 straight top 7 finishes. But spoiler, I'm a little worried about him this week just due to fatigue. He's played 5 tournaments in a row. That's a lot for him. And this guy has chronic neck problems. So I'm a little concerned about him. I'm fading Colin Morikawa. He looks like he's not healthy in the slightest. And I'm a little bit worried about Russell Henley this week. He should be peaking, and he didn't peak last week. That was a course he should have done really well at, and he just didn't. So Wyndham Clark, I can't figure out Wyndham Clark. His last 4 finishes are 5th, miscut, 13th. I don't know what to do with that. He's either does great or he's pretty terrible. So, all right, we have an NFL future coming up, and we got Dinger Tuesday. You want to do NFL future?
Yeah. Let's hit the NFL future. It's I believe, Andy, it's our Receiver Tuesday, right?
Receiver 2. Yep, receiver Tuesday. I went with Mike Evans, over under
Ooh.
6.5 touchdown receptions. I'll go over mine. 49ers threw for 33 TDs last year between Purdy and Mac Jones. Juwan Jennings had 9 TD catches. Kittle had 7. He's going to be out to start the year. Kittle only played 11 games, but had 7. The depth chart at wide receiver is rough right now. Mike Evans recently signed Debo. Christian Kirk is already hurt. George Kittle is out. And then you've got Mike Evans, who only played 8 games last year. He played 14 the year before that. This is his 13th year. He's constantly dealing with pulled hamstrings. It feels like a really nice red zone target to start the year with Kittle out. Like, it feels like once they get inside, that's going to be lobbing it to Mike Evans. But so here's the question. I have 2 questions. How many games would he have to play for you to feel comfortable about going over? And is it weird that the electrical station has me really concerned about him this season?
I think the low water mark, Andy, I would like to see him in 13 games for this to have a chance, at least score a touchdown in half of games played. That would probably be the absolute lowest. Like, if I could guarantee 13 games out of him, then I could consider taking an over here. And no, I'm concerned with the substation too. Like, even if it's not a thing, Andy, people talk about it enough that it is a thing. You know what I mean?
I laid it on the same thing. I said 14 games, and I don't trust him. I just don't trust him. I had a really bad hamstring injury in high school, and every once in a while I will pull it. Once you have injury and damage to those muscles, the scar tissue fills in, and it's just never going to be 100%. Now he's in year 13. I hate taking an under because I think a guy is going to get hurt, but my God, if there's a guy who you think is going to get hurt, it's Mike Evans. So I can only play the under 6.5 on this one. I hope he plays all season. I'm a fan of Mike Evans. I think he's had an insanely good, underrated career. His 1,000-yard record is really, really cool. So pulling for him, but am I betting on him? I am not.
Yeah, I don't think you can bet this one, Andy. I think there's actually a really good comment here of where is it? It just got popped up there where it's just, here it is. Really good point here by Roberts. You might be able to play him anytime touchdown until Kittle returns. Like, yeah, that's fine. I mean, he's a red zone target, but as far as locking up your money for a whole entire season at 6.5, the other question, Andy, you mentioned, how many games does he have to play? Also, does the substation worry you? The other question is, could this be like a revenge type year for Mike Evans? The narrative is surely there. A guy who spent his entire career with Tampa and then Tampa lets him walk because he gets injured. He comes back and basically, he fights through injury. He comes back almost his first snap. He gets injured again. So is there the Dark Knight Rises in there somewhere? Maybe, but it would be something that I'm looking to bet on a week-by-week basis. I don't want to tie my money up with a guy who hasn't played a full season in 2 years. He's entering his 33rd year of life here. It's going to be his 13th year in the NFL. He finally stopped the whole going over 1,000 yards every single year in his career. He only has 368 last year. So there's a lot of reasons to be bearish on Mike Evans. And as a fan and a guy who he's won me a lot of money over the years in fantasy, daily fantasy, I'm in on Mike Evans. I just season long, Andy, you can't bet that number. But I'm rooting for Mike Evans. Don't get me wrong. And also, Andy, if you looked on paper, this wide receiving room, really this whole entire offense on paper for the 49ers would be sick 5 years ago. Like if you looked at these names 5 years ago, you would be, holy shit, how do we cover this offense?
Yeah, meanwhile, you got Brittle McCaffrey, Brittle Kittle, Debo, who God knows what is going on with that guy.
Mike Evans borrowing guys' hamstrings. Yeah, it's quite the line.
So, all right, we're going under on that one. If you got any suggestions for Friday, I still haven't picked one yet. Chris Godwin yards. There's another guy. Do you trust to stay healthy? Like, that guy's coming off of multiple injuries, and his are
every year
really serious, really serious. I mean, you're talking torn ACLs and broken ankles, and
Yeah.
So
like how about somebody drops us a suggestion of someone who's not coming off a year in which they have an insane injury.
good healthy guy, like
Some good healthy guy
that can
Saquon.
make it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. Give us a suggestion for a healthy guy or a team. We're gonna break down more props on Wednesday and Thursday, but now it is time for us to show you our dingers. It is Dinger Tuesday. All right. Jason says Bucky Irving rushing yards. Great one. That's our Friday one. Bucky Irving rushing yards. I think that's a fantastic suggestion. All right. Jason wins. All right. I'm going to go first because Ross nailed it. This Merrill Kelly has given up 25 home runs. So I'm going Wilson Contreras for the Red Sox. And with the boost, you get to plus 645. And speaking of giving up 25 home runs, Contreras has hit 25 home runs, 13 at home. So pretty good splits there. Yeah, he's right. This is Merrill Kelly is an absolute fade today. So 25 home runs is just really, really an insane amount for someone was as good as Merrill Kelly, but he has definitely lost it. So that's who I got.
It's funny because both of us on our dingers, it has less to do with the guy hitting the home run and more to do with let's fade a pitcher. I'm looking to fade Zebby Matthews. What is this? In addition to the morning wager here, we're fading Zebby Matthews. I mean, this guy, he just loves giving up just lollipops. Allowed over this is 1.7 home runs per 9 innings pitched this season. So who I'm going for, I'm going to look to take advantage, and a guy who's a little bit further down the odds board. I actually hit mine last week, Andy. So we're looking to make this 2 in a row here for you. I'm going with Michael Harris, the second home run tonight. We're looking at around plus 450 up to plus 500. He's second on the team with home runs. He's got 20 of them. He's also second on the team in slugging percentage. So going up against a guy who gives up pancakes over the plate, let's get some flapjacks and go Michael Harris, the second home run. He's hitting his 21st of the season. And we're drinking, celebrating his 21st. Here we go.
All right. Love it. Love it. Thanks, guys, for watching. Remember, it's $5 Tuesday. We got 3 of them up. We have cricket. We have MLB. We've got Contender Series. You want to get 1? Fine. You want to get 3, but all handicappers across the websites have $5 plays up. Get as many as you want. Make sure you're responsible with your bankroll. Don't want too much of our bankroll in play, but looking forward to a big time winning night here. Appreciate you guys. Hit the like button. Drop us a comment below if you want. Tell us who your dinger is. Show us your dinger in the comment section below. And we'll be back same time, same place tomorrow to get everyone ready for a big Wednesday. Good luck on your bets.